got a question. When have you ever heard breaking news banging like that?
Man.
I just want to know. What up, y'all? And we back. And I guess we got a national tragedy, I guess. Got a missing Titanic sub crew. I didn't know the Titanic was so important. But we got a crew that was down there looking for some. I don't know what they was looking for. The Titanic been sunk for quite some time. But upon going down there, I guess they ran out of air and the thing exploded. What a tragedy. We go to the news currently in progress. Here, give it to us, Chuck. What do you got there?
What do you
Uh,
got, Chuck Woolery?
yeah, like, what do you got, Chuck?
What do we know so that we can keep people safe in the future? All questions they'll be asking right now. And at this hour, again, the retrieval of that debris continuing on that seafloor by the Titanic wreck. And they'll be trying to bring up as many, take a look at and trying to bring up as much of that debris as they can. Boris?
Paula, you noted the international effort and the work that has come in from different countries and different agencies to aid in this process. During the press briefing, we got confirmation from the Coast Guard that they were going to begin within the next 48 hours to lighten their footprint there. I'm wondering, in your conversations with Canadian officials, if they've yet to give any indication as to what their plans are over the next 48 to 72 hours.
So they told me they are waiting for instructions from the U.S. Coast Guard, but that the kinds of personnel and ships that will be moved first are things like HMCS Glace Bay, right, which I was talking about before. That's the medical personnel that were on board there to deal with any survivors. Again, I'll say it, a robust international response. I think the U.S. Coast Guard was able to muster the resources that they could, and that included being ready for survivors if they came off of that Titan and being able to immediately put them in a medical bay on a ship there in the North Atlantic and really cater to their every medical need. Obviously, they will be moving on. Again, when we're talking about the aircraft that was in the air, they will be moving on as well. What is most important now is things like the John Cabot, which was doing the side scanning mapping of the seafloor bed. That may still be necessary, but obviously most necessary are those remote operated vehicles that are still there this hour. But certainly Canadian officials taking the lead from the U.S. Coast Guard and understanding exactly what can go and what needs to stay. Again, the resources are there. There is no reason not to continue now with that recovery and salvage operation, which needs to go ahead for that investigation to continue. And of course, ever present here for all of these officials were the family and friends who were waiting for word, and they will try and deal with the issue of whether or not remains can be brought up to the surface as delicately as they can with these families, and will be the first to be informed as to whether or not that's even possible.
Yeah, an extremely difficult process. Paula Newton, thank you so much for the reporting. Jim.
Well, we have spent a good deal of time today speaking about, at first, the extensive efforts to find the missing submersible, and now, of course, the news of the catastrophic loss of the submersible and all those on board. So let's take a moment now to share what we've learned about the 5 people who perished in this tragedy. Stockton Rush was the pilot and the head of OceanGate, the company behind it all. Rush said he originally wanted to be an astronaut after graduating from Princeton, but his eyesight was never good.
Listen, I don't mean to be insensitive or anything like that. Right? No. I just want to point out something. It's not lost on me that, and nobody deserves to lose their lives to, I mean, thousands of gallons of seawater from high pressure. Like, that's a terrible way to go.
Horrible.
Horrible. And I don't want to seem insensitive or anything like that, but is it really breaking news that people decided to go look up a ship, you know what I'm saying, on their own recognizance? Nobody told them to go out there and go fishing around the Titanic for what? For gold or treasure or something like that? And if so,
For history.
But ain't that the risk that you take when doing something like that?
Especially when you're a billionaire.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
just
they
trying to
said it was
understand.
a PS4 troller. You survived by text. That's how it was operating. It didn't have no type of propelling system. It just was free falling.
That's details.
Yep, that's details.
Wow. But my thing is like, why is it wall to wall coverage, news coverage, the coverage of the coverages, the Titanic? If we could just get this much coverage on cutting them damn checks, is what I'm saying.
That's all.
We'll take it back to the scene in progress. They got more to say, obviously.
When we were hanging out.
And finally, a father and son were on board. Shahzada and Suleiman Dawood, both on board. Their family has asked for privacy. We do know they lived in the UK. Shahzada was said to be a longtime supporter of the Prince's Trust International.
This happened in the UK, and this all around everywhere. Everybody need to know.
Yeah. This is like the UK. Then the US, of course, got their hands in the waters.
But why?
And the British Asian Trust. The palace says King Charles had asked for updates on the search. His son, 19-year-old Suleiman, was a university student in Glasgow.
Did you hear that? Prince Charles said he need updates. They got the prince involved. There's more to this story. See, I knew it was something.
5 lives lost. Boris.
CNN's Gabe Cohen is with us now. Gabe, you actually got a chance to interview Stockton Rush several years ago when you were reporting in Seattle. You also were on board this vessel, so you're familiar with Ocean Gate, and you also spoke with a co-founder of the company. As we learned the breaking news earlier today, what did they share with you?
Yeah, so I actually just got off the phone with Guillermo Sondland. He is a co-founder of Ocean Gate, founded more than a decade ago with Stockton Rush, who was obviously lost in this tragedy. I want to read a little bit of what he told me again just a minute ago. He said, this is a tragic loss for the families, for the ocean exploration community in general. All 5 crew members were passionate explorers, and they died doing what they believed in. Those of us in the community that work at that depth know this is always a risk. There's pressure down there. It is so intense.
I get it now. Aha.
What you got? What you got? Go ahead and lay it on.
Hold on, you ready? Hold on. And this is it's not even this, but some people might call it that. But here we go. Now, you know how cowardly Dub SB. They target children. You know, they sneak up behind people, choke them. You know, the deaf, you know what I'm saying, on the train. They, you know what I'm saying, they gang up on them as officers and shoot unarmed people. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, he was whistling at me. Go kill him and mutilate him really bad and have an open casket. So they don't have too many heroes. Who they old heroes? Robert E. Lee slaughtered people unjustly, blah, blah, blah. They don't have many heroes. So this, my friend, this is their heroes. These are the only ones that they can cling to that semi sort of did something righteously that ain't all tyrannical and bad. They're explore. You see what they say? Explorers doing what they love, the good old white way, exploring. That's noble. This is about the only noble thing that they get to hold on to. So they are good. Everybody across the world needs to know that these 5 seemingly quirky little white dudes did something great and died for what they believe in. On the bottom of the sea, the ocean community is feeling a tragedy from the ocean community. Well, how many is that? How many people that is?
What they was looking for Atlantis?
That's what I'm saying. And this news, though, this is breaking. Everybody need to know about news. No. This is the only kind of glorification they get without being tyrannical destroyers of land and people and environment. This is it. This is it. Think about it. Think about it. The way they act as a society as a whole. What wins do they get to hold on to that don't involve oppression to other people? I'll wait. Go ahead. Anytime. Anytime you're ready. You got the mute on? You ain't saying nothing?
Oh, I said, I'm
Oh.
like,
I'm like, you ain't saying nothing? Is you speechless?
why y'all do me like that, IT?
Look, is you speechless, cuz? I'm just trying to figure. I'm saying this is it. They don't got
Oh, they
nothing
done
else to
cut
cling
you.
on
They done
to.
cut us off from the little stream.
Yeah, that's that's it, man. They don't got nothing else to cling on to. There's nothing else to hold on to. These are our heroes. They died exploring, doing what they loved. Hold on, y'all.
Love to do.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We ain't doing that. You ain't got no volume to it. Okay, that's cool.
And
But
they got
anyway,
some more. They got some more.
oh, they got more?
It's ongoing now.
Oh, okay. Well, check this out. 5 minutes ago, it say the update from 5 minutes ago. Since we got this little thread right here, let's go ahead and give y'all a quick little update. 22 minutes ago, crew located 5 major pieces of debris that help identify remains of Titan. Search crews discovered 5 different major pieces of debris identifying the Titan submersible, according to Paul Hankins, the U.S. Navy Director of Salvage Operations and Ocean Engineering. They calling out ocean engineering and salvage operations to. Well, I mean, of course they got bread. Of course they want to get the thing back, but they're
One of
going
them
all
was
the
a
way out.
billionaire.
Yeah. Cuz had some bread, and he was exploring, and he went out doing what he loved. This
He's
needs
a
to be on.
pioneer.
Yeah, national news. What else they got to say? 23 minutes ago, 49 minutes ago. Yeah, okay, hour ago. Yeah. I think we up to date
Pioneer
on
in
this one.
the field.
Yeah, we up to date on this one. And they say, what are we covering? It says a catastrophic implosion. The Titanic bound submersible that went missing on Sunday with 5 people on board.
Your IT, can you check his mic level, please?
Is my Come on, give me some mic. IT, what you doing now?
Thank you.
All right. Yep. Thanks. It says killing everybody on board. The U.S. Coast Guard Rear Administration John Mauger said on Thursday a remotely operated vehicle found a tall cone about 1,600 feet away from the bow of the shipwreck. It says who was on board, some CEOs and all of that. About the trip, the Titanic began its descent Sunday to explore the wreckage of the Titanic, located about 13,000 feet below sea level in the North Atlantic Sea. So they named the ship Titanic to go. Oh no, the Titan to go look at the Titanic. It's real ironic.
Well,
Down
what
goes
did you think was going to happen? You go
down goes
look
the
for the
Titanic.
Titanic. You
Down
didn't
goes the
know that.
Titanic.
It's like going on a cruise ship called the Titanic.
All
And
right,
then
here
it
we go. Up
falls
to
and it
date.
breaks
Chuck,
down.
you want to
And,
let us know what's going on, Chuck? Come on, Chuck. Lay it out for us, Chuck. Oh, hold on. We got some Disney going on here. I
you
don't
know,
know.
they got the Whomper tins.
Always. That's right. That's why I didn't give the volume because I already knew they was gonna try to sneak it in there. And
Fair use.
as racist as Walt Disney is, ain't nobody thinking about no Disneyland.
Never.
I'm cool on it.
You can't get $1 out of me, boy.
I'm cool on it. I ain't got
That
nothing to
was
do
a
with that.
deal, though, but nonetheless, there, boy.
Huh.
Breaking news there, y'all. IT on the volume. Where the volume at, IT? Ain't no volume.
remotely operated vehicle found a debris field in the search area near the Titanic. That briefing underway. Let's go ahead and listen.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families.
Damn.
On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the families. I can only imagine what this has been like for them, and I hope that this discovery provides some solace during this difficult time. Additionally, we've been in close contact with the British and French consuls general to ensure that they are fully apprised and that their concerns are being addressed.
Real quick though. Just real quick though.
Search operation
Before we go
has
on,
been robust and
real quick. Just before we go on. These dudes had to have some sort of kind of paper to be nationally recognized. I mean, obviously they built the submarine and they CEO of a company. But we're gonna let y'all go, man. We just want to jump in on the algorithm on the breaking news side of the game. We'll be back. Love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the door.